crying the night away to being in that, honestly and with all sincerity I'm saying, being in that Madhuri Dixit Sridevi sort of league where Vidya Balan, for a long time, there was this golden period where you were the hero of the film. And box office wise, critical acclaim wise, when you did Dirty Picture, Kahani, you remember all these films came back to back, even Bhool Bhulaiya, you were brilliant. So talk to me about that phase of your life.
You know, so when that happened, Sushant, now in retrospect, it seems like, wow, that was such a speed of successes. But at that time, I was just working. I was going from one film to another. Of course, you know, I was aware that, oh, I've gotten critical acclaim and commercial success, but I didn't give it too much importance.
You didn't register it because you were...
Yeah. You know, because
you were in that journey.
I'm also... You know, it's oftentimes people tell you things about yourself. I don't see myself necessarily like that. But when someone says to you that, you know, I see you as this, suddenly there were all sorts of tags attributed to me. And I think that's when around 2012, after Kahani, I began to probably feel like, oh my God, what has just happened? You know, people are telling me I have the Midas touch. And I was like, I've just been following my instinct. What Midas touch? I don't know. But you know, all of that I think also puts pressure, and then puts pressure on you because you're like, oh, now how do I maintain this success? I think that's the worst thing to happen to anyone. When you're just in the flow of things and you know, things work out, it's fine. But when you start trying to plan and figure and strategize, I think that's the end of it. It's very difficult to sustain that sort of success period if you actually start planning for that. You can't actually sustain. There's no 2 + 2 = 4 does not apply here. You know, so it's all about chance. I think the only thing you can do, which I started doing, is working on remaining positive, remaining grateful, so that whatever phase I went through, I was able to deal with it with equanimity. I'm not fully there yet, but I'm definitely better.
One film that I specifically want to talk about is The Dirty Picture. That was just out of the blue. It was, you know, it was steamy and it was hot and it was unapologetic. Did you have any reservations signing that film? And once you were on board, how did you go about the character?
You know, not me really. I didn't have any apprehensions. Also because you know, the moment I met Milan, he inspired faith in me. So I knew that he has a certain aesthetic, that it won't be cheap. Also, Ekta was involved and she's a woman. So I knew, I've known Ekta, I started my career with Ekta. So I knew I was safe on those counts. But you know, there were people who told me, are you mad? You know, you're the girl next door. You can't be doing things like this. And I remember speaking to my parents at that time and saying, should I do it? And my parents, you know, they're obviously not from this industry. So they keep saying, no, do what feels right. And when I asked myself what feels right, the answer was loud and clear, do the film. So I went ahead and did it.
And when you saw the costumes, and how did you go about the character? Because it was just something, as you said, you were the girl next door. It was nothing like you had ever done before.
You know, as a child, my mom had made me wear shorts and everyone teased me because I was really fat. So after that, I never worn shorts in my life. And during the first costume trial, Niharika Singh gave me a pair of hot shorts, hot pants, you know, and I came out in that and I actually felt fully okay.
Did you feel liberated in some sense?
Yeah, you know, because also I remember they gave me a cigarette and a glass, like they wanted to do some pictures and I didn't even know how to smoke at the time. You know, like I knew how to just put it to your mouth. I didn't know how to take it in. And I remember the first time Milan said, just try taking it in. And I coughed like a maniac. But suddenly I felt like, I think I had already been speaking to Milan about the character. And I had started my dance rehearsals, you know, and Pony Verma, the choreographer, would keep telling me more and more thrust. So, you know, slowly I think I was letting go of my inhibitions. Maybe that's why when I wore those shorts and came out, I was absolutely fine. Because also, there was no expectation to be perfect.
Yeah.
I was not expected to have the perfect body in the shorts.
Yeah.
Because Silk was well endowed. She was big.
And the national award, did you ever imagine that that would happen?
No, not at all. You know, I think that was very special because when you see the kind of films that, or the kind of performances that have received the national award, a film like The Dirty Picture or a character like Silk feature nowhere in that list.
Yeah.
And therefore, then for Silk, for me to have gotten it for Silk was all the more special. And that the citation that they gave me so beautifully, articulated or worded, that was...
It was amazing, and you totally deserved it, Vidya.
Thank you.